next, we have a short talk from Sanna Ghotbi, who's the co-founder of the Digidem Lab here in Sweden. And then Sanna will take a seat and be joined by another fellow from the International Youth Think Tank, Lisa Mastio, for a discussion moderated by Mimi Belling, who the online audience have already met, a senior reporter at Sifted, and she'll be joined on the screens by two people from digital participation. One is Paul Romer, the 2018 laureate in economic sciences, joining us from New York. And joining us from Stockholm will be Kevin Casas, who is the former vice president of Costa Rica and now secretary general of IDEA. So, Sanna, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here. So yes, I'm going to talk about democracy. And first, I wanted to kind of summarize the state of democracy, starting in Sweden, where I mostly work. So a couple of years ago, the Swedish government released an investigation called the Democracy Investigation, or Demokratiutredningen. And they were looking at the state of local democracy today in Sweden. And what they saw was that today, only 4% of the Swedish population are actively involved in political parties. And of those that are actively involved, a few of them are young, few are women, and few are born outside of Sweden, which means that they actually don't always represent the population. And they see that more and more assignments are going to fewer and fewer people in politics. And this trend is not something new. It's something that we've seen in bigger NGOs and organizations. And it's a global problem in a way, the terms of marginalized people not having equal access to democracy. And it's a kind of sad picture, of course, but I also want to talk about positive examples that's trying to turn this around. Because something that we also see is that there's a growing movement for participatory democracy today. There's a lot of examples all over the world of governments, local governments, national governments, trying to increase the participation of citizens, realizing that collective intelligence is crucial to solve societal issues. When the more people from different backgrounds and experiences come together, the better the decisions are. And just one short example is from the city Porto Alegre in Brazil, where in 1989, the local government actually launched something called participatory budgeting. They actually put aside parts of the public budget for citizens to spend, where citizens concretely created proposals for how they want to improve their cities, and they developed them together with their neighbors, other people living in the area, as well as with local city experts, and then they voted for the proposals that they thought were the best for the city. And Porto Alegre has been doing this for over 30 years, and there's been lots of research about how this actually have led to a better educated group of citizens, a more efficient government, and city that's actually solving a lot of social issues. The picture here actually shows a lot of slum areas that have been improved just because of the PB process. Another example is the French Climate Convention that actually happened pretty recently, between 2019 and 2020, where the French Parliament, together with a neutral organization, randomly selected 150 citizens from all over the country, both from urban and rural areas, people across different age groups, genders, social, economical backgrounds who've never met before, people that were actually skeptical of climate change. They met, they listened to different types of experts, covering all types of fields within climate change, and then they created recommendations for the government that's actually led to a lot of concrete new laws in France. For example, the law about flying inside of the country with new regulations. And this showed that no matter who you are and what educational background you have, if you meet other people and you take better informed decisions and you actually get access to power, then you're actually able to create better solutions for your governments. And in France, they're not only doing this in the national parliament, they're starting to do it in a lot of local cities and regions as well, and it's spreading all across the world. Both participatory budgeting and citizen assemblies are becoming a concrete way for citizens to get power, especially marginalized groups who often don't get that type of decision-making power. So I'm really looking forward to discussing this more in the panel now. Thank you.